Hello there my quilty friends. Today I've been blanket stitching letters or applique letters onto a background fabric. That's when I finished, and I thought I'd show you how I applique blanket stitch. So I've selected blanket stitch on my machine. I've made the stitch width and length just slightly larger than the machine's default setting. Try it out on a little piece of scrap first until you're happy with the size of the blanket stitch. I've used heat and bond light, so I could use featherweight or some other bonding to bond my applique letter onto my background fabric. There's no backing on it. You're only going to slightly stitch on through one side anyway. You could spray starch your backing piece if you like to give it a little bit more body. So here we go. Now I've showed you in the past how to bring your bobbin thread up, and this is what we need to do first of all. So I've got my machine all set now on blanket stitch. So I'm going to put the foot down. I'm using my open-toed applique foot, and I'm going to needle down, needle back up, and I'm going to pull the bobbin thread up from the bottom. I've done a little video about that if you need to see that. As you can see, I've got white in the bobbin. Okay, I'm going to put all this at the back, and then I'm going to set my needle to always stop in a down position, and I've put it so to secure a few stitches to begin with. So there's a couple of securing stitches in the spot. Okay, and then we're off on our way. Now the aim here, you sew slowly, and the aim here is the outer part of the blanket stitch is just off your applique piece, and then the piece that comes right in, and you need it just to be right on the edge of your work, and you sew slowly. When you come to a curve, I'm coming to a curve now, I will stop with my needle down on the outside, and then you either lift the presser foot, or I've got my knee lifter on, so I will lift slightly, just move it slightly, lift, move again, let it come back, lift, okay, move, just in slight increments, okay, taking your time going around these corners, okay, and we can move on a little bit. I'm going to use my knee lift now, so I can always keep my hands on my work, and just slowly move it as you're going along the curve. Just move on the outside stitch at this point. Okay. Moving it round. Just ever so slight. Okay. If you've got a knee lifter and you've never used it, get it out and attach it to your machine. It's ever so simple, and it saves a lot of leaving go of your work to move like that. There we go. Okay, and then straight along the bottom. Okay, I hope you can see this clearly now. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way. You're just always aiming at keeping that outer stitch right on the edge, just only going on to the white. And you will need to take it slowly. Stop every couple of stitches as you turn in, just to move it round so your stitches are even. So if I was using the hand, I'd have to keep lifting there. And the knee lifter means you don't have to do that. Right, at the straight bit, we're coming now to the top curve again, and you can, if you hold on with that finger, you can sort of get a little bit of turn going with that as well. It takes a little bit of time, but it's still a lot quicker than hand stitching, and it looks lovely. Just taking my time now. You need a machine that you can control really well. turning, just stopping, turning the work, turn my work again. There we go. And as I'm coming up now, back to my beginning, okay, I will stop on an in, then I'll do a securing stitch, which will then put a securing stitch in. There we are, needle up, finished. Pop those threads through to the back, pop those threads through to the back, and you're done.